typically we wouldn't sit down with anyone unless they had children. So we already know that that's one of the other ones that we're going to control. Is college important? And the way that you ask it is kind of a little bit in their face. You know, it's not like, you don't tiptoe around it, you're kind of like a little bit invasive. And if they say college is not important, then you're like, okay, so, you know, your children's future, like security is not important to you. Even asking in that way kind of controls it. They second guess themselves and they say yes. Whether they're saying it to make you happy or not, they turn, you know, you're controlling that one. And then the last one is retirement. Do they have a 401k? What do they have? Then we talk about the vehicle. So we use an example like if we're taking a trip to New York. If you're taking a trip to New York or any other place, you need 3 things. The first thing that you're going to need is the funds. Okay, so you're going to need the funds. Second thing you're going to need is the vehicle. So we always would use the example of a road trip. So you're going to need a car. And the third thing that you're going to need is a GPS, a destination, okay? Once you have all 3 of those things, you can reach New York. And then we cater it to the business. So when we sit down with them, we explain it's going to be the same thing. You're going to need the funds. Second thing is the vehicle. In this example, our company is the vehicle. So we're going to be able to help them with a vehicle that's going to get them to the destination. And the third thing is the FNA, Financial Needs Analysis. Basically, it's a financial roadmap. It tells us where they've been, where they currently are, or where they want to go. And once we have all 3 of these, we can safely reach the destination of their dreams and goals. Without any one of these, we can't do it. If they don't have the funds, but they have the vehicle and where they want to be, we can't do it. We can't help them. And if they don't have the funds, that's when we kind of tiptoe a little bit into the opportunity. You don't sell it right then and there. You leave that at the end, but you know that if they don't have the money, then they do need the opportunity. Then we go into the income. So we have like a little house. We ask them how much money they're bringing in, husband and wife, how much money that is annually, how much you're bringing in monthly. You do a small little like budget breakdown. So you already know what the leeway is, how much money they can work with. And you ask them if they're comfortable saving 5, 10, 15%. You give them that number. And you kind of at that point already know whether it's like an assumptive close. You already know whether it's going to be a close or not. Then we go into the back page, we would do, again, like a financial house. We talk about the foundation. How the foundation is the most important. Without a good, solid foundation, your structure is not going to thrive. It's not going to survive. So the foundation would be the income protection, which is a life insurance. Then we would do the walls. So you start building the structure. So that's more like the longer term goals, like the 401k, college planning for your kids. Then you do the roof, which is shorter term goals, and then at the end it's the chimney, which is all the little extras. That's kind of like a little bit of their why, what they want. So you can use that to kind of help motivate them a little bit more. Then you go into like a family will. You ask them if something were to happen to you, what's your plan for your children? A lot of the people that we would sit down with, especially a lot of Latinos, they're under the impression that godparents are the ones that take care of their children. But, I mean, at that point, it really is just a thought. There's no legal documentation. So we have to get a little bit, again, in their face and say, you know, it's great that it's a thought, but unfortunately, if there's no documentation in place, you know, these following things could happen. Your children could become wards of the state. If you have multiple children, they can be separated. So not only are they dealing with the loss of mom, dad, or both, but they're also in jeopardy of being separated from their siblings. That is always like a tearjerker. That's when you already know assumptive close, they're in. And then we talk about, what is it? I forgot what it's called. Where we do the professional money manager, the banks, we go over the rule of 72, all of that. And then we basically just finish it going back to the financial house that we had built in from the first page and finalize everything, get a void check, copy of their ID, and that's it. I think I did a little better when I was looking at them.
No, you did good. You did good. Turn it up. No, give me.
Like slamming it.
And then turn it off. It's right there. Yeah. All right. Thank you. Give it up.